Hi, welcome to Honeydew Me podcast. I'm Cass.
And I'm Emma, and this is our podcast where we talk about friendships, relationships, sex, dating, kind of everything that forms these big, beautiful structures in our life.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they get a little sticky, and we're here to kind of bust through the stick with you because it can be confusing when you don't know what's going on in these wonderful relationships.
It can feel really lonely, really shamey. But the whole point of this podcast is so you know you're not alone. And every single time we do an episode, we realize how not alone we are and how unoriginal every single experience we've ever had is, and how beautiful that is. So.
Yes, it is. Oh, wait, no. Why was I even going to breeze past this? I have to tell you something. I was on Hinge this weekend. Yeah. And, I comb through the people who have already liked me. That's what I do. Yeah. It makes me feel good. And this guy liked me and left a comment. And his comment was, "Girl, you ain't even pregnant, but you still delivering." Isn't that
I don't know how I feel about it.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild. That's the most wild line I've ever heard.
Also, you have no idea whether or not I'm pregnant.
I was just going to say that. You should respond that.
I am.
Also, you have no idea what's in my womb.
What's in my womb? But maybe this is a fun call out because I shared with you the meme, or I told you about it, one of Pedro Pascal, and it was I must be a waitress. How bad I want that tip. So I want to hear other people's best, cheesiest, craziest pickup lines.
Yeah.
That's what I want now
from all of you. Those ones are wild. I love them. I love them because it's they're wild enough to actually be funny and not just okay.
No,
what?
I fucking
You're
cackled.
Not even pregnant? What?
I exited it. I was almost on the X. I'm wait, screenshot. And then I was okay, goodbye. Oh,
save this for later.
So funny. It was so funny. But I want to hear everyone else's. So I feel like people should email them or DM us.
Yes, please do. That's hilarious.
So funny. Yeah. But that's not why we're here today.
That's not why we're here today. We have another one of our amazing, lovely, fun Q&A episodes. You all have been submitting so many beautiful, vulnerable questions, and we could not feel more grateful that you want to hear what we have to say about what you have going on. Today's question, I think, really pulled at Emma and I's heartstrings, and we've been talking lots about it. So we're excited to get into it with you. So we'll just go ahead and read it.
Yeah, go ahead. You kick it off.
Hi, ladies. I love you and your pod so much. I am a day one listener, and I'm so excited at the possibility of maybe getting your advice. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Here we are. I've been with my partner for almost 3 years, and he is without a doubt the most loving, supportive, communicative person I have ever been with. I love everything about our relationship, except for the fact that he never compliments me. In the years we have dated, he has never once told me I look pretty, hot, beautiful, nothing. I tell him often that I like his outfit, hair, shoes, and that he looks hot, but he never reciprocates. What's worth noting is that he is into appearances. He often comments on other women's outfits and hair. For instance, he's alluded to liking long nails, but I have literally never in my life gotten my nails done. So I don't think it's the case that he simply doesn't care about these things. He makes me feel very loved in other ways, but this in particular is slowly making me very insecure about myself. I take his lack of positive commentary as lack of desire or approval. I've brought this up to him a few times, and when I do, he almost seems bewildered. His response is simply that he obviously finds me attractive, or else we wouldn't be dating. I know I shouldn't rely on him for validation, but it really bothers me that he never gasses me up. What's worse is that I'm feeling more and more like I don't even want to put effort into looking nice because the one person I'm trying to impress doesn't seem to care no matter what I do. And naturally, it's also affecting my confidence in the bedroom. How do I balance my own self-esteem and with wanting to feel approval and desire from my partner? Signed, why can't he tell me I'm pretty?
Side note, you have a beautiful reading voice.
Oh, thank you.
You should read stories.
I love reading out loud. I know
Holy,
that's some people's like least favorite thing in the world, but it
yeah.
brings me a joy. Um,
Oh my God.
it didn't make me many friends in school, but
No,
it
it's the
it
worst.
brings
It's
me
the
a
worst
joy.
thing to do. No one
Yeah,
can relate to you.
I
And
know.
that was beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
Hi. Why can't he tell me I'm pretty? Thank you so much for writing that in. That was a very vulnerable thing to do, and it
Mhm,
puts you and your relationship on blast a little bit, and I don't take that lightly. So
mhm,
thank you so much for writing in. I read your question and had a very aggressive response
visceral
initially.
reaction.
Visceral reaction
Mhm,
because I am frustrated for you. Like
mhm,
I'm trying to approach this in like a neutral way and something that feels
mhm,
as supportive as it can for someone who it doesn't sound like you want to break up with your partner. But complimenting is not hard.
mhm,
Complimenting your partner after years of being together is not difficult, especially once one has already been fielded out to a person. Like you're saying, you
mhm.
compliment your partner and he never reciprocates. Like it is just not hard to do that. And I think that's what makes me so mad.
Yeah. So, we're not professionals. So for one
Mm-mm.
second, allow us to just be your friends and tell you what
Yeah.
I hope any friend, any really good friend would tell you. And then we'll get into the advicey part because again, it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like you want to break up, but we are on your side because we
Mm-hmm.
do genuinely care about you. Um, and you absolutely deserve to have that need met if it's a non-negotiable for you.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, it is 1 billion% okay if it is a non negotiable. We're
Mm-hmm.
told that we should be able to provide everything for ourselves and all of our confidence should come like intrinsically.
Yeah.
And you are in a partnership to give and receive something. And if you are not receiving what you want, we want to give you full permission to leave that partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't sound like you want what you want to do again, and that's okay. And we're going to give you all the advice that we can think of. But I just think every girl deserves a friend who's going to tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be those friends for you
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. And when you mentioned that he comments like, obviously I find you attractive, otherwise we wouldn't be
Mm,
dating. I have gotten that in response to asking for validation from a partner before.
mhm.
And it's like a quick bump. It's like a bump of Coke for a second. I've never
Mhm.
done Coke, but I assume
But
that's what
I
it's like.
imagine that's what it feels
I
like.
imagine that's what it feels like. Where
Fleeting.
it's like you like get on your little like, oh, good. And then
Mhm.
for me, I like kind of compared myself to other people and I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good
Right.
because this guy who I think is hot
Mhm.
finds me hot because I'm dating him
Cuz he's
and
picking me.
he's
He's
picking
picking
me
me.
and that's
So of
enough.
course.
Pick me,
Uh-huh.
choose me,
Uh-huh.
love me. I get that. But 6 months in, it
Mhm.
loses its shine and it's no longer, it never was a compliment. It's just a lazy thing to say,
Mhm.
rather than witnessing your partner and making a loving comment or verbal affirmation towards them. And so if that's his excuse for a compliment, swat it away. Be like, that's actually not flattering at all
Yeah.
anymore. That
Mhm.
makes me feel like this is some type of weird competition. Again,
Mhm.
this is coming from me. I know these aren't your words,
These are getting
but
personal, but that's
these
why
are
we're
getting
here.
personal. But I mean, that's not a compliment. And I don't think you should accept that as any type of validation. That is extremely lazy response to a vulnerable ask
Mhm.
and kind of a jackass thing to say, to be
Mhm.
totally honest.
Yeah. And I think, based on your letter, we can both appreciate that he loves
Yeah.
you in other ways.
Hmm.
Amazing. And I'm glad that he does make you feel loved. But Emma has a really difficult question for you.
Thank you for teeing that up.
It's your question. When I
It
was
is.
reading your notes on this, I was like, God, that's fucking good. So please ask
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I just think that if you are feeling so loved in other ways, yet you feel this self conscious and insecure both in and outside of the bedroom, I question how effective his other forms of loving you really are.
Mhm.
There are things we can accept about a partner, um, in ways that, like, he just shows this differently and I feel it over here. But if this lack of verbal affirmation is causing such like a deep insecurity in you, that means it's not getting filled in other ways that he's loving you.
Mhm.
Because I don't think if someone loves us, we feel insecure about the way we look and the way that and if they're attracted to us or not. I don't think we have to like not try anymore
Mhm.
because we're scared that they're not going to notice us.
Mhm.
I just worry about that part. And I would like you to take inventory on the ways he does love you that you feel are amazing other ways. And just we'll go into how to I don't know, maybe observe his actions a little bit more. Maybe you're missing something in
Mhm.
his cues. But I would say just take inventory of the ways you think he's loving you in these other ways and ask, is it enough? Ask
Mhm.
her, is this reaching me?
Mhm. And not like a, well, this should be enough. You know,
Right.
like he's loving me in these ways, so that should be fine because that's what he tells me or what society tells me or what my fucking mom tells me. Like, just because you think that should be enough doesn't mean that it has to be enough for you because it
Hmm.
might not be.